Okay.
God damn, I forgot how fucking good this movie
I
is.
love this. I
Holy
love this movie.
fucking shit.
I have
I,
I
you know,
have
this is what I
I
wrote
have
down.
some problems with this movie, but I
I think
love
there's
this
they all
movie.
like. I think there might be one too many plot contrivances that were maybe
Oh
unnecessary.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't even think that the Marine thing was needed because there's so many other things propelling the relationships forward. But that
But the
ending
Marine
is
thing works.
fucking earned.
Works.
It works because it gives him a fan base in the crowd, and it
Uh-huh.
also
Yeah, but I don't
Which
know if
you
it's
get for his brother at home with all the people watching it
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and
home.
his
It
wife
Uh-huh.
right.
in the
And you get a really dark backstory too, in terms of like, he basically a deserter, and
Well, but he was a deserter because his entire squad got wiped out in a
Wiped out.
friendly fire incident, and
uh,
then he saved those
oh yeah, yeah.
people,
yeah.
and then he
Mhm.
left.
Well, that's why
Like,
it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Is there's a lot of
And,
story
and I
there.
started this
Uh,
late thinking I'll spread this over. No, man, I stayed all the way to the end,
mhm.
got to bed about 11 something, and I was so jacked up I couldn't fucking sleep.
Oh
what they
yeah,
really could have done in this movie, honestly, is they could have cut some of the training montage out in the middle.
yeah.
The
Like,
multi-panel thing?
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Eh,
like
Yeah.
not even necessarily that, but sort of on either side of that. Like you could
yeah.
cut some of that training out. You get
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes back
Yeah.
from
Also,
that.
we've
It'd be
we've all
fine.
seen it. We've all seen this particular thing in the middle of
Well,
a film
and the
like this.
movie makes reference to Rocky.
Yeah.
Like
It's
Right.
it
like, oh,
makes
yeah.
reference to Rocky,
It's
and
called
it's
And
hanging a
like
lantern on it.
right, and it's like
Uh,
if you if the movie knows that it's a Rocky movie, you can cut out some of the Rocky shit.
mhm.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
okay.
definitely, I mean, that's exactly how I felt about
Rocky,
it.
except you might die in the ring.
Mhm.
Well, that's exactly how I felt about it when I first saw it. I said, okay, give it a shot because what a great cast.
Mhm.
I know
Mhm.
Yeah.
this director is actually a pretty good
He
director,
made
and so
Miracle. He made Miracle, another one of the best sports movies ever made.
And
Yeah.
I'm
he, he's
sorry,
he's very talented.
And
I've
The
seen The
Uh,
Accountant.
Accountant more times than I can count.
Yeah.
and
I
like,
Uh,
love The Accountant.
but I went
uh-huh.
in, you guys know me. I went into this being like, oh God, it's going to be Hollywood, hot trash. But
It is
instead,
Hollywood, but in a good way.
it is. But that's what yeah. Instead, I came out going, this is if you want to do it, formula and Hollywood and do it well, you can. Like
Yeah.
this
Right.
is how you do it.
Exactly.
Like every single beat is perfect. The performances
This
are
fucking
off the
Performances
charts
are
good.
astoundingly good. I mean, it was
oh
like,
my God, Hardy is so feral in
yes,
those
but
fights.
I love the fact
Well,
that
and he's
okay,
feral in real in
Well,
the real
yeah,
world
yeah.
too.
yeah,
But that also works for the
Yeah, it
character.
does.
yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
the fun thing about this, I don't know too much about the cage match kind of this
We
kind of
watched a whole movie about it.
well,
I was gonna say
but that was 5 years. That was almost
since
5 years ago, and I
since no
forgot
one
it
actually
all.
paid attention to
Yeah,
that movie.
yeah. Okay, but
What
anyway,
I
I
will what I will
did.
say
what
is the
but
thesis statement of that entire thing is that MMA is a sport that is entirely participated in by broken fucking people. And this
this
movie shows
this
you
is no
That
exception.
how
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
broken these
The
the
people
thing
are.
pot
I really
still.
liked about it
The
is
pot
that
still.
boxing movies, everyone's got the gloves on, and it's kind of formal. There are things you can and can't do, right? This one, you have these two characters who fight completely differently, and
Well, and
it's so interesting to watch.
it's also very realistic to pick that the technique or the fighting, style that's going to win is going to the ground and doing holds because,
Uh,
a lesser movie would have all the stuff be up and be
mhm.
kicks and
Oh,
punches, but this
grappling.
sport or this movie realizes that the sport often goes to the ground and that's how you win.
The second fight against Mad Dog,
Uh-huh.
where it's like, oh, I'm gonna knock him out with one punch, and you see him come out and throw that haymaker, and
Uh-huh.
Hardy just fucking
Clotheslines him.
clotheslines him to
Yeah.
the
Clothesline.
ground,
Yeah.
and
I
then
know.
just beats his face in.
Well,
And
Um,
that was his technique. He has gone on top of his opponents and simply just beats them into
yeah,
unconsciousness.
so
And
did
it's like
anyone
it seems kind of crude, but it's definitely a style.
did
well,
anyone read the
Brian Callen being like,
Mhm.
that's the fastest knockout I've ever seen.
Yeah, he did that.
Brian
He
Callen's
walked out
good
of
in
the
this
ring like
movie too, by
twice.
the way.
Oh, that
Because
was the best.
he's being Joe Rogan. He's
Yeah,
doing
he
his
is.
best Joe Rogan
yeah, I
Yeah,
couldn't
he
believe
totally
how
is.
it was just Joe Rogan's really good.
Did
Yeah.
anyone read a couple of years ago, Tom Hardy actually walked into an MMA competition
Mhm.
and won.
Did
I'm
he?
not
Just
I'm
like off the street.
I'm not
Wow.
shocked.
Oh, one of those
I
like
wouldn't
one
put
of
it
those
past
parking
him.
lot things they're talking about.
Yeah, you can look it up. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's not Sparta, but it was like like a regular, like a decent, and he just walked in and registered and they were like, okay.
Uh-huh.
And everybody was like, we didn't expect much for, and then he just fucking, because I guess, I mean, he really is just a beast. He's got like that strength.
Oh,
that-
Well,
yeah.
and they all trained with real MMA
Yeah.
trainers for
Yeah.
this. Edgerton fucked up his MCL and they had to stop filming for 6 weeks.
I read that.
So-
Yeah.
Like,
And like Hardy broke a couple of fingers, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's pretty
Like,
insane.
Hardy
Also,
is
but these
so,
guys,
Hardy,
they had the trainer thing. These guys look like they're carved out of
oh,
teeth.
dude, Hardy's
like-
fucking traps
I
are
know,
like
I
the
know.
biggest in the world.
Uh-huh.
And Edgerton's back in this is like a Michelangelo
It
statue,
is.
dude.
I've
it's like
never
the- it's
seen
like
him
the
this
part-
cut. Never.
It's like the part in Creed 2 where he loses the first fight and then he goes out into the desert.
Mhm.
And then when you see
I
Michael
love Creed
Jordan
2.
again, his
Dude, he's-
traps are like this.
Yeah.
I love
Like-
the
holding
Creed
up his
movies.
head. Yeah.
I love all the Creed movies.
Uh-huh.
Well, and
They're
and
all
I
so
will say,
good.
and this is in no way any degradation towards Coogler or Creed. You can see how much of the DNA of this film
Yeah.
is in Creed.
Right.
Oh, I think this is better than
Like-
all the Creeds, but I love the Creeds. And yeah, this is just Hollywood formula done well.
I put them on
And-
the same level. I
Right.
would say
Yeah,
they're
I get-
the same.
I think
just
there's
that the what the Creed movie, I think I mentioned this in the review when we did it, was it's like, oh, I realized like how my affection for the Rocky movies, I haven't really paid a lot of attention to it, and Creed brought it all about. Like, I love that
Yeah.
character, I love that whole universe.
I know.
This movie doesn't have any of that stuff other than it kind of feels like a Rocky movie, but I really do think that the triangle of the two brothers and the dad
Yeah.
is
Oh
so
my God,
well
Nick
done
Nolte-
that when you get to that ending where Nolte kind of looks over at him,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
like, I'm fucking not crying, you're crying.
And you see the
like,
Yeah.
tear,
Oh.
you see the tear run down his
100%
face.
earned.
I told
100%
Scott, I
Yeah.
told Scott that this is a movie too that I do. I cry every single time at the end when the national song is going and they mix in the score with it.
Yeah, the national
And
song's a
it-
cheap shot, man.
Yeah.
I know, but they're walking out of the ring together, and he's saying, "Well, before that, when he's saying, I love you," and I mean, I'm a puddle.
And that's when he taps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you
exactly.
think
That ending is fucking earned, and it didn't feel cheap. And there's a lot of heart, and I don't think Nolte is really fucking good in this too.
He's so good
Well,
in this.
so he got an Academy Award nomination for this.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Did Tom Hardy's character at the end? Did he break his arm?
He broke his
No, he
shoulder.
dislocated his
broke his
shoulder.
Yeah, he don't. Yeah,
Dislocated.
So he dislocated
because he
his
wouldn't
shoulder.
tap.
Yeah, okay.
So
And he was-
Edgerton just bam.
And that fucker kept trying to fight.
Yep.
It's like, I know, it's like, what the hell?
I have
Black Knight
literally
always
seen
triumphs.
fights like that. I have seen fights where the guys like completely turn to the side and he's holding his arm up as far as he can so it looks like he's defending himself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's covering.
And-
yeah.
And Hardy's doing such a good job of that in that moment because he keeps trying to jab
Right.
with his other hand,
Uh-huh.
but he's got to keep this back here. And if you notice, as that last round goes on, Edgerton he keeps attacking the shoulder.
Yeah.
Like
He's trying to knock
kicks-
him down. He's trying to end the fight.
He's
Yeah.
kicking and punching the shoulder specifically to be like, stop.
Right.
Like you need to stop.
Well, he's saying it's over, Tommy. It's over. And
Right.
Uh-huh.
like again, with a lesser director and even a lesser script, like this comes off as saccharine. It comes off as salty. It comes off as
Yeah.
But
So,
that-
soaring strings at the end.
On the
But you
page,
never. But
page.
you don't
Apparently
feel
they
that
all
here.
apparently they all got together and like lived in the same house for a while and wrote the script together.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like Gavin O'Connor, JJ Riley. JJ Riley is really fun. You don't see him very much in this, but he's the banker who's running the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing. That's the writer. I think that's great. Like
Oh, that.
I-
Yeah.
Wait, the guy who was the Home Loan guy, that
Yeah.
actor. Oh, I
I
love
thought
that.
that was the
actor.
dude that played
No, he's
Trump's mentor.
yeah.
He's
No,
not.
that's the guy from. He's in a ton of shit.
Mhm.
Anyway, great cast all the way
Oh,
through
the
this.
lesser,
thing.
even the lesser characters like the
Frank,
trainer-
I know.
the guy who owns the
Frank
gym,
Grillo
they're all
is-
great.
Frank
is
Grillo,
fantastic.
really fucking-
Frank
I love
Grillo is
Grillo,
fantastic in
Jesus
this.
Christ.
This is the first time I saw Frank Grillo, and I said, "Who the fuck is that? That
His
guy's
hair is
amazing.
amazing.
He should never be
So good in this."
He should never be the main character in a movie because we watched that fucking
Wheelman?
Yeah, we watched
You didn't-
Wheelman.
I
love
like
Wheelman.
that.
But he should absolutely be.
He should always be a supporting
He
character
should
who's like
always be the
like
first.
big. I still have to choose that movie where he's this bad guy and he never says a word the whole movie and he's so fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I like Cop Shop.
Watch
Yeah,
after Grillo.
Oh, I
after
love
the-
Cop Shop.
After
I love
this,
cop
they
shots.
just grabbed Grillo and threw him into Marvel movies for like a decade. No,
And he was
Yeah.
great.
he was great. He was
He's
the best
great.
part of any
He
Marvel movie
always
in.
brings his A game, dude.
Yeah, he
He
does.
does
He's
not
so good
phone
at
it
this.
in.
Mhm.
He's like a John
Nicky Cat.
Bernthal.
He's a Nicky Cat.
Right.
Well, but mixed with John Bernthal.
Yeah,
Like,
but still. But
I
like
love
that,
Nicky Cat, and I'm so sad that he died last year, and I didn't even know it.
I know.
he's that level of like, this guy's going to show up, he's going to do his shit, he's going to be really good at it, and you're going to
he's gonna
enjoy
get
his
out.
performance.
Yeah,
And he's going to get out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I was counting the number of sides on the arena. Was it 6?
It's an
8.
octagon. It's
Octagon
It's
8.
8.
I would try. I'm going to look at it again because I swear I always saw 6, but
And
I could be
people are
imagining
getting
things.
thrown up against that fucking fence, dude.
You hear it
That was
too.
the thing.
You sure do get thrown up against that fence.
I mean,
And
That's just
yeah,
That's a normal chain link. It's not plastic or anything, right?
No.
It's a metal
No.
chain link fence.
No.
Okay.
When
there's that one you're
when
talking about the one.
When Kurt Angle just
Dude,
hucks him
Bam,
into
and he
the
hits him,
fence,
and then
Yeah.
onto the ground.
Yeah.
Yes, that thing.
and
Boom,
they don't
boom.
do it in they don't do it in slow motion either. It's
No.
just bounce down.
That must have been a stuntman just taking it on the chin, dude. Like, it
I
was
mean, I
brutal.
tell you, we talked about this when we watched that Ultimate Fighting thing, and I watched a fuck ton of this stuff in the 90s. Like, I couldn't get enough of it. I haven't watched it as much lately, but I do feel like this movie did the sport justice.
Well,
Yeah.
in this movie,
The more modern version of this.
Yeah,
this movie does the sport justice in a couple of different ways, some of which real fans of MMA would think are an injustice too.
Weird.
The part where they bring up like, oh, he's just another YouTube sensation, that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like this movie is maybe like 5 years out of date for what MMA is.
Mhm.
But like, if this movie was set in 2006, it would actually make a lot of sense because there were these guys like Kimbo Slice is one of them.
Oh man,
who,
Is that the guy that plays
no, it was a backyard boxer.
yeah,
Oh.
he fought
Terrifying.
He fought like literal
Well-
bums on the
well,
street.
the
Yeah.
guy that plays
Terrifying.
is it Koba in this?
That's Kurt
He-
Angle. He's a pro wrestler.
No,
Okay,
Kurt-
so that is the most intimidating, scary looking man I've
I know,
ever seen in
but
my
the-
life.
you know
You
what?
haven't seen Kimbo Slice.
the thing is so funny because they keep building up. Oh, this guy
Or
from
take
Russia,
out
he's a
his
murderous
friend.
guy. He'll just knock you dead in the ring.
But then you see him.
and then you see him. How long does he last in the ring? It's like
No,
I
he
love-
lasts a
They go
while.
three. They go three
Good.
rounds.
They go 3
rounds.
rounds, but still, it was like I could tell he wasn't.
But just
gonna
that
win
guy's
this thing.
face, I'd be like, no, I'm
Oh, yeah.
good.
Oh,
I'm
he's a
good.
scary looking
Okay,
motherfucker.
so Kurt Angle,
Mhm.
actually won gold at the Olympics in Greco-Roman wrestling, in 1996.
Mhm.
He transitioned that into a pro wrestling career. Legitimately considered one of the toughest men to ever be a pro wrestler.
Mhm.
And
I believe it.
this movie, I have never seen him as ripped as he is in
Dude,
this movie.
he's got like an 8-pack, dude.
Yeah, it's insane how ripped he is in
Right.
this. And I also love that he's playing a Russian in it, which is why they don't let him speak
Yeah.
ever, because there is zero chance that
He's
Kurt
Russian.
Angle could ever
But
sound
he's
like
got,
Russian.
dude, his eyes are
Mhm.
like intense because
Yeah.
they're the color and
Right.
the shape, like
People
because they're
my
light.
people my age fan favorite pro wrestler. Like he's
okay.
one of those guys who's up there at the top.
Well, going back to what you said earlier, you said this the evolution of MMA is a lot of date in this thing. This is kind of talking about the street fighting going into more of a professional thing.
Yeah, and
which
I
is
wouldn't even-
which is back in the aughts, right?
I wouldn't even necessarily call it street fighting, like purely street fighting.
Uh-huh.
It's
No, it was more like what Edgerton was doing in the beginning.
No, but the parking lot fighting.
Well, no.
parking-
I mean, the fighting style that they're using is more of a combination of like a martial style and a street style.
Mhm.
So you're looking at somebody like a Marco Krokop or somebody like that who have this background in. Marco Krokop was a police officer, and he and Tom Hardy obviously was a Marine. So
Mhm.
you learn this sort of martial fighting style, and then you combined it with your fucked up background of fighting people in front of Winn-Dixie, and that
Yeah, the
style
bar fights.
worked
Right.
for a while.
Yeah.
And but around this time, when you get into the early 2010s, it's starting to fall away because the homogenization of MMA is starting to
Professionalization, right?
Yeah.
Well, wait, in
Yeah.
the 90s, when I was watching all the time, it seemed like it was dominated by the Gracies and all the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
Yeah,
stuff.
but that's a
Is
different that
that all?
no, BJJ is still like the base level for what a lot of people are doing, but that's what's become homogenized.
That's
Is
part I
it's
remember from
like,
that documentary too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you have on the ground you're
And that's the
doing
ground
BJJ,
stuff, right?
right?
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
ground you're doing BJJ. In the takedown you're doing like American Greco-Roman wrestling.
When they're
At the
saying like
top,
shoot.
yeah, and at the top you're doing boxing, and
Dude,
it's
there were
that
some
kind of like,
awesome shoots in this movie.
oh,
Right.
oh,
Where like people
the,
are flipping and then slamming.
Edgerton's K takedowns where he just jumps up, he
Oh,
wraps
his
both his
legs.
legs, and
Yeah,
just
that scissor
slams.
thing.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
Oh, yeah.
it's like
Fight
that man
scenes are
learned how
really
to
well done in
fucking
this
do
movie.
it.
Again,
Like,
it showed his unique style.
right.
There's
Yeah.
someone really worked with these guys to it showed them these guys how unique their individual styles were, and
They trained with a guy.
that made it fascinating to me because it's like, okay,
they trained with a guy down in Arizona
Uh-huh.
who's a very well respected MMA trainer.
Right.
So,
but
Yeah,
it's
this
nice.
is-
It's nice
None of that
because
shit would matter if the heart at the core of
Yeah.
this movie wasn't so profound.
And the acting wasn't so fucking good.
The acting
And
I know it's like it's just a
My-
great film in
Just
that
want to
respect.
give Tom Hardy a big hug.
Oh,
well, my favorite moment in this film is after Edgerton wins his second match,
Mhm.
and he's coming out, and there's Nolte as his
Uh-huh.
father standing there, and the music is, and he just goes, I'm doing this, because it's like finally when he thinks now he has like, because he was so scared and he was the underdog, and
right.
and it's just it's not even like a scene that the movie wants you to, it's not a close-up, it's definitely in the background, but it's the way, it's the performances, and he just goes, I'm doing this, and he goes, okay son, okay. It's almost like, don't talk to me, but I am doing the, and Nick
Yeah.
Nolte understands immediately that's two actors on the same page at the same time.
Right.
Perfect.
well, when the third round's about to start in the Koba fight, and Frank Grillo's like, if you don't want to do this anymore,
We'll
let me
go
know.
home.
I'll throw in the towel.
Yep.
Right.
And then he's like, if you lose, they're taking your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we go home now, you have no home.
And I'll also throw in the woman playing Edgerton's wife,
Jennifer Morrison from
God, she's good too.
Oh, dude.
I just
Best-
saw her in
best
something else on
legs
cable with
I've
Sandy.
seen.
Yeah, that's true. But also the whole,
she just played the first lady on the Night Agent.
Yeah.
I was like, she looks familiar.
but her emotional turnaround in this film is amazing.
But
like,
also that's
they're
a
not
part
gonna be
that-
fighting,
That's a part that's usually like someone's just like
No, she
sleepwalking through it.
gives
they
it some
never-
fucking guts.
genuinely good in it.
They
Yeah.
never have a screaming match. They
No.
never have like a real like drawn out argument about it. It's
Yeah.
like the closest you come is when he gets the phone call
Yeah, that he's going.
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh,
Are we
I'm
gonna
glad
talk
we
about
had
this?"
that conversation."
Yeah.
And she sticks
And-
to her gun. She's like, I'm not going to watch you.
Then
And
later
then she gets
on,
that first text, I
Uh-huh.
won. And that's sort of like, okay, permission now to watch.
Because she,
And so she
because she
does.
thinks he's gonna fucking die. Because the
Yeah.
last time she
Exactly.
saw him fight,
Yeah.
he was in the back of an ambulance and he
Right.
was
Yeah.
unconscious
Now, mind
for
you,
God knows how long.
well, this is one of those films you have actually have a happy ending past the credits. All right, he won his $5 million. He's going to let Tom Hardy stay in
Gonna
his spare
split
room
with
while
his
to
brother.
recover. He's back together basically with his dad, and they said the house is saved. It's like all these good things
Well,
happen.
Tom Hardy is going to military prison.
Exactly.
Well,
after he's
He's getting
done-
arrested.
After he's in
Going to the brig.
The thing is, his trial, his court martial is going to be very
it's gonna be-
short.
Yeah, it's going to be like character witness, all
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Yeah, and they're like,
He's actually
okay.
a hero. I
6
mean, I don't know how
months-
that shit happens, but
6
yes,
months in
he's getting
Leavenworth
arrested
and-
for sure.
Yeah, 6 months in Leavenworth and he's out. So he'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
And
But
his brother's got money, so
well,
he's good.
we've talked about the Creed films and the Rocky films, and
Right.
of course those come up. But this movie also reminded me of another film that's near and dear to my heart. That is the big blockbuster movie. But I cry at the end of this every time, the same
Right.
way I do when I watch The Karate Kid. And this movie
Yeah.
it's not necessarily The Karate, obviously, but it has the same, because we're talking about what happens at the end of The Karate Kid after he wins the tournament. He does the crane kick. The
They
music is
make 2 or
swelling.
3 more, and then a Broadway show.
No, but they cut to who? Mr. Miyagi, and he's just looking on, and he's
Right.
Just like Nick
just-
Nolte, same expression.
exactly. He just kind of nods with that,
Yeah.
like, and that gets me every time.
Ah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's what they did with Nolte.
Also,
at the end
stick
of
a
this
pin in
movie.
that because we can talk about later about bullying for the next film.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
No, I like I hadn't seen this in a while. I just remember really liking it, but I mean it's been almost since it came out, and like I said, I started this late thinking I'm just gonna piecemeal this one. No, the whole goddamn thing. I'm foaming at the mouth by the time the credits are rolling.
Yeah, yeah.
This movie fucking rules.
I'd never even heard of it before. I watched it and was totally charmed by it.
Well, by
Nolte-
this point, I'm not ashamed to
It-
say I've probably seen it maybe 18 times.
Jeez,
No, this
we
movie's
all
great.
have our pleasures like that.
Nolte's performance after him and Tommy have the confrontation in the casino.
That
One,
scene is so
just-
good.
He goes
The-
upstairs.
the part where
the headphones.
well, I was going to say the part where the quarter is
That
just
coin?
sitting, yeah,
I
the
know,
quarter is
yeah.
just sitting there.
That's
But
great.
also, yeah, when Tommy wakes up and his dad's
He's just
screaming,
drunk. Yeah.
well, but he's also like, turn the fucking boat around.
he's screaming at Moby Dick,
Dick.
literally.
Yeah, he is.
Because
Yeah.
he's been
He's in the
so-
novel for some reason. I don't know
He's
what's
been
going
so-
on here.
Well, but he's become so invested.
Well,
in
because
that
he's been
novel.
living with it for
Yeah.
weeks, listening to
Yeah.
it on audio tape.
Actually, like,
And-
and also I mentioned this in the chat, but when you watch the free version, it's HD, same as every window on this thing, right? You're actually seeing more of the movie. So in the fights, because they're using the entire 3 per frame, you're
Oh.
seeing you get more height in all the
Oh,
shots.
that's kinda
so
cool.
You're actually
Yeah.
that version, you're actually seeing more than you saw in the theater.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. It's like I realized later on, it's like, oh, it's like Terminator. When you watch it in the Terminator 2 on TV, you can actually see their feet.
Right.
So, all right. Well, anyway, I guess
no,
it's
this movie fucking
Show
like,
thumbs?
all the way up. All the
man.
way up. Love it.
surprising and
John,
wonderful.
Love it.
John should have fucking
John
watched this
fucked up.
movie.
I know John missed out, man. Sorry. It was,
Yeah, and it's not. There's nothing
Not
that
what
John.
he thought it was going to be. For
No,
Yeah, I don't
and
think
there
there's anything here that John wouldn't like. to
and there
be
was
fair.
not even there wasn't even a nosebleed's worth of blood in this thing.